This morning I am joined by Warren Rogers. Warren is the Director of Operations for Contact. I happen to know what Contact is all about, but there are many of our viewers who may not. Can you give us a little synopsis and tell us what is Contact?
Well, Contact, we're a nonprofit agency that we've been serving this area. Our primary area is Franklin, Patrick, Henry County, and City of Martinsville. And we're a 24-hour crisis helpline, which callers can call us for any reason. You know, crises vary from person to person. Your crisis may be I'm hungry. Your crisis may be I'm addicted to drugs. Your crisis could be, you know, they vary from it. Who knows? Most people just need someone to talk to.
Do you offer a referral service for those folks, or do you actually go out and find the services that people may need?
Well, we have a information and referral database that's been very extensive. We had a grant last year that paid someone to scour our service area, and we have gone through newspapers, mental health directories, so we have an extensive database of community referrals from churches with food banks or hot meals, or even referrals to mental health services, to drug rehab services. Really, we have, within our database, we can give people information to find help.
Okay, suppose I call and I say that my house is burned down and I have nowhere to stay. What can your agency offer? What can Contact offer me?
Well, first off, we'd offer someone who would listen to you and understand your problems, you know, because a lot of times we don't offer direct services. We don't have, we don't have money, very much money to operate, much less give to other people, but we know how to connect people. You know, what we do is we connect people with the people that can help.
Okay. Now, is there if I called and my house had burned down, is there a follow-up from Contact after you hook me up with an agency?
Typically there is not.
Okay.
What we will do is offer all the resources that we have available at the time and ask you to call back.
Okay.
Because all of our callers are confidential, all calls are anonymous, because we find that a lot of times if someone needs to talk, it's easier if I pick up the phone and you don't know who I am.
Right. And that's very understandable.
And so all calls are anonymous, they're confidential. So what we'll do is offer all the resources that we have, that we know of, that are available. And if you're still unable to get help, you call back and we will do our best to connect you somewhere else.
Okay. How long has Contact been in business?
This year, August the 12th marked our 41st anniversary.
That is awesome.
So Contact has been around longer than I have.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. I'm not quite sure that a lot of people know about your service, and I want us to make sure that people in Franklin County are aware of what Contact does. I know that, you say, oh, you can call up this agency, but I want them to know that you are a helping agency and you can help folks find services in this area.
That's right. We are a helping agency. There's another program that we offer that's really one of my favorite programs. It's the reassurance program. And with this program, we call people who are, say, elderly or shut in or live home alone and don't have really any social contact.
Right.
When they sign up for this program, we will give them a daily call, just a call, how are you doing today?
Okay.
You know, and this call might be the only contact that some of our participants have with the outside world. And, you know, social contact is so very important. As humans, we're social beings. So it's, you know, with this program, we reach out. Rather than sitting back and waiting for people to call us, we reach out and call them just to check and say, how are you doing?
So you would not only have to be elderly, you could be an invalid or just someone with physical problems that prevent you from
getting out.
Right.
From your ability. And typically living alone is a requirement. You know, if you have someone who lives with you and is regularly checking on you, there's not necessarily the need. Now, we welcome anyone to call.
Okay.
You know, so, I mean, anyone is welcome to call in. If someone is just doesn't feel well or they just need to talk, we always welcome someone to call in.
Now, we talked about those two services. How do people contact?
Okay. Well, there are several ways. For our helpline, we've just in the last year implemented an 800 number so that all calls are toll free. That's
Okay.
1-877-WE-HELP-6.
Say that again.
877-WE-HELP-6.
Okay.
That's 877-934-3576.
Okay. So that's how folks can get in touch.
That's our helpline. That's 24 hours a day. There's always a volunteer
Is
on
that
the other
the
end.
same number that you would use if you wanted the other service of when someone call you once a day?
If you want the other service, you can call our office number during business hours. You know, there's not always someone there to sign you up, but our office number is located in Martinsville, so we're 276-638-8980.
Okay.
But if a person calls the helpline, they can leave a referral for our office, and we will get back in touch
Okay.
with the person.
You talked about not having much money. There are a lot of, when you said nonprofits, normally nonprofits don't have a lot of money, and there's usually some link to some agency that helps you. And for you, who is that agency?
For us, we get funds from the United Way. We also, as a part of our helpline service, we also contract with Piedmont Community Services. We answer their calls after hours,
Okay.
and but we get a lot of help from United Way.
Okay.
You know, and right now it's United Way kickoff.
Yes, it is.
And so it's a very big time of year, and so, you know, if you're a United Way giver, you can designate contact
Right.
on your donation, and those funds will come to help keep this program going.
Well, and Franklin County is a giving county, and the services that you have described to us certainly warrant giving, and we certainly have the need here in Franklin County. I often worry about elderly people who do not have anyone to talk to on a daily basis, and all of us know that a telephone call or a visit from someone helps to keep us going.
That's right.
We're all creatures of needing each other.
That's right. We're social beings.
We are social beings, and for younger people, it may be the Facebook and the computers, but for elderly person, it would be that home visit or that telephone call
That's
that
right.
keeps them going. So I say that is certainly a worthwhile service here in Franklin County.
I really think so. You know,
and to be helpful.
it's a way to learn and to be aware, you know, and as part of suicide prevention, we've also recently partnered with the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline,
Okay.
which is a national network of centers like ours. And so there's one contact number for that, for suicide prevention. That's 1-800-273-TALK. And that's another 24-hour-a-day number. If calls can't be answered by us because maybe we're on another call, that call would get routed to another center. And, you know, that's another great resource for
Right.
suicide prevention.
Yes, it is, and much needed. Another much needed service.
Another, right.
Well, what else do you have to offer? You have a lot going on. I thought I knew a lot about contact, but I certainly did not know this much. So.
Well, we've been trying to make people aware of what we do, really, you know, because these are services that we've provided for 40 years. The affiliation with the National Lifeline is new within the last month. That actually we went online with that August the 5th. So this is a new partnership, and as with nonprofits, we're always looking for partnerships.
Right. Well, if you could do something together with another agency, then you're still giving the service, but you're saving money at the same time.
That's right.
You both have a buy-in to the service you're offering the
Exactly.
community. Definitely. Well, I think that's awesome. What else can you tell us about Contact?
Well, we've really talked about a lot that we do.
Well, I did want to say we briefly skimmed the surface of the United Way, and that is one of the reasons that you're here today, is because we want to encourage people to continue to support Franklin County United Way and the services that we offer through the agencies, Contact being one of those agencies. I said before, we're givers here in Franklin County, and we take care of our citizens, we take care of our children, we take care of our elderly, and your service offers a lot of what we're interested in for the people of Franklin County.
That's right. And United Way funds go to help with everything from preparing for volunteer training. That requires a lot of printing. It requires a lot of, we have a big, thick volunteer manual that, those funds go to help that. They help keep our telephone bills paid, keep our lights on. There's a lot of administrative costs that involved with just keeping the doors open.
Right.
Our phone lines are staffed by volunteers.
Okay.
So, 24 hours a day, the person that answers the phone is a volunteer. That's
a commitment.
It's a commitment, and it's a way that if people can't give money, they could give time.
Well, I would say you're probably also always looking for volunteers.
We always are.
Okay. How many do you currently have?
Currently, we have approximately 45 that work on the phones. We have several others. People can volunteer in many capacities. We have volunteers in the office. We have a volunteer who works on our resource database. We have volunteers that, we're very much volunteer-driven organization.
But if you're running an agency and you're 7 days a week and you're 24 hours a day, those 40-some people,
they would love some help.
They would love some help.
That's right. And our volunteers are so dedicated because they believe in what we do.
Right. And I can understand that. Definitely understand that. Well, I want to say thank you today. I've learned more than I knew. I thought Contact was the place I called when I needed help, but I certainly didn't know the extensive services that you offer to not only Franklin County, but people in the surrounding areas. And just want to commend you for the work that you do.
Well, and I want to thank you for having me on today. It's great to be able to spread the word about what we do. With our limited, but United Way also is helping us advertise.
Okay.
Just getting the word out that's a big help.
Right. Well, I think we've done that today.
I think so.
There are a lot of viewers who watch Cable 12, so we've done that.
Oh,
this
that's
morning.
great. And they can remember 1-877 We Help 6.
Right. 1-877 We Help 6.
That's right.
Okay. We've got it.
24 hours a day.
We've got it. Thank you, Mr. Rogers, and have a great day.